Hey sister, this is Dr. Karen Osborne. Listen, I'm going to talk to you for 30 seconds before this episode begins about my next Women Wanting More live event. This is 2.5 days of women just like you being pushed physically, mentally, emotionally, getting really clear on what they want, knowing why it matters, and leave with the tools to actually put that into action and being part of a sisterhood. So if this is something that really, really resonates within your heart, sister, I want you to head over to drkarenosborne.com, click on the Work With Me button, and we can start the application process. I look forward to hearing from you. Here's that episode.
Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So, sister, it starts with this. Taking the first step. Before that, though, let's lay a little bit of groundwork, shall we? This will be a common theme. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you're going to be like, holy shit, Karen's saying it again. Yes. Because here's what it all begins with. What do you want? Like, what do you really want? What do you want with your health? What do you want to see in your marriage? How do you want to show up as a parent? What do you want your bank account with your business? What do you want your purpose to look like? What do you want your life to be? Clearly define what that is, which, by the way, can be changing. Which, by the way, you can change your mind on what you want it to be. There is no right or wrong answer, but you have to start with what do I want? You have to clearly then know, why does it matter? Like, why does it really light me up? Right? So see, for me in my marriage, with the ups and downs that we have, just like every single couple on the planet, weekly date nights matter to us. Even if we're not feeling it. For the most part, we're excited. We just came off of last week. I had my first Women Wanting More live event, 2.5 very intense days. It's just like on a high. I mean, just, oh my gosh. Should do another episode just talking about that experience. And you're going to actually see a video I'm going to have produced out soon. Probably about a 10-minute video, kind of like a short movie, to give you a feel and a flavor as to what the live event is all about. But came off of that and very intense, like very intense. So finished Wednesday night, late, up early to box. I'm like, yeah, and I'm kind of doing stuff and I'm tired Thursday night. Friday, my son Tyson was home from school, PD day. So really not much of anything work stuff done. And we had fun, but like come that date night, like, because we do date nights on Friday night, like I was tired, right? And there'll be times too that we'll have date nights and like, maybe we're kind of fighting about stuff. Maybe the kids are going crazy. Like it would be easy to just go, so let's just screw it for tonight. Let's call and cancel sitter. Like just stay home, I don't care. Tired, seems like too much work, too much effort. But yet we do it. Why? Because it matters to us. Why does it matter for me to go on date nights with my husband? Because it's important for me to have adult time with my husband. So why does that matter? Because I love my husband, and he comes first. Outside of me, it's him and then my kids. And so why does that matter? So you keep asking yourself, why? Why is it important for us to spend time? Why is it important to put him first? Because connection with my husband is everything to me in my life. See, it's what I want. What you want can be totally different, sister, but it's what I want. And so why does that connection matter? Because it's important for me to feel loved, fulfilled. Like part of my husband's queen. He's my king. Like we're building this empire together in many ways. Why does that matter? Because I want to create legacy for my children. And I don't just mean dollars in the bank account and estate. It's part of it too. But it's the things that we do with them each day. It's the power words that I say with my boys. It's the men that I want them and encourage them to become good men. And so why does that matter? Well, it matters that we have date nights. So, see, we're modeling marriage for our children. They see all of it. They see all of it. They see the love and appreciation, the gratitude, and they see the fights sometimes too. So see, my why for date nights is deep. So your why needs to matter. And then it's simply making a commitment. Yes, I will do this. Maybe you're part of like a mastermind group where it's like you're held accountable. Or maybe, sister, you just hold yourself accountable. You do what's required even when nobody's watching. How about that, hey? How about that? But it starts with those three things. What do I want? Why does it matter? That deep why. Make the commitment, and then you start taking one step at a time. One step. The first step. See, this is when a lot of you will actually stall now. Because you think you have to have it all worked out. Well, I gotta know these next 500 fucking steps. Otherwise, I can't execute. I'm gonna wait until I figured everything out. This is my favorite one. Sarcastic favorite now, one, because not. I gotta wait till my ducks are in a row. What the fuck does that even mean? Stupidest shit on the planet. Whoever came up with that idea? Life does not work that way. You will not know all of the quote answers. But guess what? You're going to be able to see them as you take the first step. And not until you do. You just have to take the first step. And then the next step. And then the next one. And the next one. We discount daily habits. We discount daily action. However you classify it, big, small. Like it matters. They accumulate, they compound over time. We've all seen these charts that, if you invest, I don't know, it's like $1 a day or $10 a day for so many years, when you're saying, if as a kid or teens or early 20s, and then you just sit on that money, right? Like the interest that compounds with that. Now, I'm going to encourage you not to just sit on your laurels and stop taking action. You're like, whoa, all the actions I took, they're just going to compound. Think about it. If you have done the necessary steps to become healthy, strong, lean, fit, full of energy, which is going to require like what? Real food in your body. Move your body daily, right? Push yourself daily when it comes to movement. Getting enough sleep to recover. Drinking lots of water. And yes, as a former practicing chiropractor, a clear nerve system. You will need these things in order to get to where you want with your health. Now, you don't do that for a year, 5 years, 10 years and go, I'm just done. I'll just kind of let what I've done so far, take care of the rest of my life. Of course not. Right? So you can continue to take daily actions on those things, but it starts with the first step. The first step. It's all that matters, sister, is taking that first step. And then you will see the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It's so unsexy, isn't it? We want it to be like, oh, I want to go to, I want to come to your next live event. We'll do all this work. And yeah, and that stuff's cool too. Amazing the progress. I help women to fast forward these results with what I do as a coach, particularly my live events. Like all the stuff I teach on steroids, boom, right? There's no hiding. There's no posing. There's none of that shit that happens at a live event. Like we're face to face, man. It's happening. But we discount the power in doing these things each day, the power in just taking the first step, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So here's your more tip for today's sister. What is one thing in your life right now that you've been wanting to do, and you've been stalling about it? You've been thinking that you have to get more information, you have to accumulate more money, you have to have more resources and connections. Like you have to wait somehow before you do. You have to have all your, again, those proverbial ducks in a row. And here's what I'm encouraging you to do. Take all of those thoughts, all those, let's be honest, lies, excuses, bullshit, and just say fuck it to all of it and just take the first step. So what would that look like? Well, we moved here to Victoria in August. Right now I'm recording this podcast. It's towards the end of October. So when we first moved here, it was like, well, I got to go back and like find new gym, new CrossFit gym, and do this, new boxing training. I was kind of stalling on stuff a little bit. Yeah, I do this shit too. I tell stories at times too. I catch myself quickly though, just like my clients do, because we know the tools that are required to do that and to get out of that place. I'll keep spinning around the stories like a lot of you do, with love. But what I do, I took the first step. Googled boxing gyms in Victoria, BC. Okay? Came up with like 3 that were within like good driving distance. I checked out the websites. That was the first step. I just did that. I got a list of 3 now. My next step, well then I emailed all 3. Right? Next step, the first one I heard back from, just happens to be the gym that I chose. My boxing trainer, Rob, that called me from Victoria Martial Arts. Shout out to Rob, he's fantastic. And said, hey, let's set up a session. It was great. I go, so I got on the phone with him. There was no like, send me some, I was like, boom, it's like, let's do tomorrow. Can you do tomorrow at 6 a.m.? Right? It was a little bit of a back and forth because that was early for him. I've made him a morning person now. But see, for me to get to the point of like finding a trainer, there was several steps in place. I didn't have to know all that stuff. I didn't need to do like Google reviews and ask friends and try it all 3. It was like, talk to Rob. I'm like, this guy sounds great, man. Had a session, it's a 10-minute drive, location works great. I liked him, he was committed. He talked to me in agreements. I'm like, God, this guy's speaking my language. This is fantastic. But it wouldn't have happened unless I took the first step. So what is the first step that you need to do? Or just a step. If you're just like, I don't know which one. Just take a step. And then you'll know. Well, what if it's the wrong step? Well, then you'll know. What if it's not the first step to take? Well, then you'll know. Because it won't start to move you in the direction of what you want. It will not produce results for you. And you will never know unless you fucking do what? Take a step. Like, take a step. You have to begin with that, sister. So I want you to head over to drkarenosborn.com. That's drkarenosborn.com. Make sure to opt into the Women Wanting More newsletter. Like, you got to do this, sister. Being part of the Women Wanting More newsletter, the tribe is going to get you on that VIP access list. You're going to get first dibs to my book that's coming out soon, all of my master classes, my live events. Daily you will hear from me. Videos, blog posts, and of course all 3 of these episodes. And be part of this sisterhood. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while and you're not on, like, holy shit, go and do that. There's a couple places to opt in when you head over to drkarenosborn.com. And you can enter in your name and your email, and we'll get you hooked up on that right away. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.